All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off by giving all praises and all blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect men, pushing this word in all truth and in sincerity, risking life and livelihood, and so doing uh, in this time than any other time, uh, because we are in some very bitter times right now. Very, very bitter. All right, which is the reason for this lesson. In Shalom to the women, to the children who are in bitter times. All right. And indeed, we are in bitter times, and I don't mean bittersweet. All right, there's a saying, uh, bittersweet victory. All right, um, this is not that, man. Okay, little children are being, um, uh, you know, uh, edifiled. All right, little children are being edifiled by, you know, whether it be a close family member or someone who is in care of them. Okay, women are out of order. Our women, the Israelite woman, she's totally out of order. All right, and the man he's the seed of her. Okay, he's the seed of her. So we are in bitter times. All right, and you know, let me get a scripture real quick because before these hunkies start trying to come and put a monkey, a hunky wrench, start trying to attempt to put a hunky wrench in this truth. All right, which they can't do anything to this truth. All right. Come on, this other device do not want to work. Come on, what you doing? All right, where is the, is this one? Give me 1 second. What did I do with it? Oh man. Oh man. Is that it? I think maybe that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I don't have any scriptures. Oh, it's 2:02. Yeah, I'm up doing this lesson, man. And it's good. I got a good workout. All right, a little while ago. 21 minutes left on that. Okay. And so let me start it off. Something simple. All right, simple but to the point. And this is Ecclesiastes 7:7. And this is the English Standard Version. It says, surely oppression, okay, And so the question will arise about, as you see, you have people like Vocab Malone, who's a complete devil. All right. And you have these other Christians, the whole, uh, Jim Jones esque um, vibe of the Christian movement, all right, of Christianity. Um, they want to try and come against the Hebrew Israelites, all right. These people, they don't read the scriptures, all right. And so we go into the scriptures, all right, and they don't like that, all right. And so uh, their thing is to make a narrative, a false narrative, and they put words out there that are not true. Okay, these people are very deceptive. Okay, and they're meaningless. A lot of people may be like, why are you still mentioning them? Why do you bring them up? Because these people are just examples. They're meaningless. All right, they're absolutely meaningless. Even at this point, Vocab Malone is attempting to even make merchandise off the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, and that's what it all boils down with this individual. Okay, is he's trying to make money. You have a lot of Israelites who teach, and their thing is to make money. Okay, that's why they don't. That's why they don't understand the bitter, what a bitter herb is, and the benefits of consuming, and what the bitter herbs represent. Okay, because at the end of the day, these people are not bitter. Okay, their life is not bitter. Okay, you have some people who look at the whole Israelite movement as a come up, as a way to make $1, which you will hear and which will come out by some of these apologists. Okay, these people have the numbers. All right, uh, they know that individuals are making money. All right, but hey, Christians. Hey, look at the Christian church. All right, but even with that being said, uh, you know, making merchandise of uh, being of this ministry is forbidden. All right, so surely, again, the English Standard Version, surely oppression drives the wise into madness, and a bribe corrupts the heart. All right, so you know, it doesn't say maybe. Okay, it says surely. Okay, which means that it's a guarantee. All right, that oppression drives the wise, okay, into madness. And so, you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites who they're in that spirit of debating. All right, they want to come across as scholars. All right, and the Lord is not dealing with that. Okay, the Lord is not dealing with that. Um, let me get a scripture real quick. All right. And this is First Corinthians 1 and 26. It says, brothers and sisters, think of what you were when you were called. Okay. Hey, I could think of what I was when I was called. Okay. I was a complete nincompoop. All right. I was a total nincompoop, man. All right. When I was called, man. All right. Not many of you were wise. Uh oh. Something just happened. Uh oh. I gotta go back. Here we go. It says, uh, think of what you were when you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Okay. And of course not. Okay. Because we were taught, uh, you know, how to operate in this world. Okay. By Esau. Okay. And we all come from, different backgrounds. Okay. Until we were called into the truth. And so let me read a little bit, and I'm gonna get back to that scripture, all right? Because this is just a quick lesson, all right? I'm actually trying out a mic, all right? Trying to step my game up, all right? As far as doing videos, and guess what, man? Hey, all of this is we do uh we foot our own bill, all right? Through the blessings, okay? Of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. We don't need a gimmick. All right. So anyway, we're not selling the word. But anyway, this is I think when I first came into the truth, I started reading something captivated me to read about Frederick Douglass. It may have been one of the that's when we were going to the libraries, all right? This is before your cell phone days, all right? Just picking up the cell phone and getting information. So I grabbed the autobiography of Frederick Douglass, and I wasn't a reader before I came into this truth, man. All right, all right. I was a street dude, man. All right, so I'm not gonna even go into that, but I was. So anyway, the autobiography of Frederick Douglass was just one of the few books that I read, and this part of the book always captivated me, uh, and that's why I always bring it out the most. All right. And Frederick Douglass is one of his master's name was Hugh Auld. All right. Now he could have been a Huguenot. He could have been a Jake. He could have been a Jake. Frederick Douglass. His father. They said his father was an Edomite, but he could have been a Jake as well. All right. So I'm going to read this. It says, Frederick's lessons. And all I did was I asked Google because I thought that AI would answer the question. I said, what's the reason why Frederick Douglass master didn't want him to learn how to read? All right. And it said AI overview is not available for this search. So this is just a common search. This is not an AI overview. So AI, it doesn't care when it comes to you Jakes, man. All right, really. So it says Frederick's lessons ended abruptly one day when he heard Salakia, when he heard Auld scold his wife, telling her that if a slave knew how to read and write, it would make him unfit to be a slave. From that moment on, Frederick knew that education would be his pathway to freedom. And so when these Edomites, all right, or when people come up and ask, do we hate white people? Of course we hate white people. All right. Look what white people have done. All right. Look what they continue to do. All right. They call themselves white and they call you black. So that in itself, okay, uh, is a reminder of their evil, okay, that they still hold on to. So they still hold on to their evil, okay. So that that rust, all right, it ain't going nowhere. You can scrape it off of Esau, but his evil is going to reappear. All right, that rust is going to reappear. So where were we? All right, 1 Corinthians 1:26 says, "Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth." All right. And so, going back to the scripture, uh, oppression maketh a wise man mad. All right, as was the case for Frederick Douglass. And Shalaki, I got a microphone on, and I should have put it the other way so I could see the light, but I don't want it to time out or die out, and I'm and don't know that I'm recording. Okay, why would Douglas owner not want him to learn to read? Okay, you all would tell his wife that teaching Douglas how to read would forever unfit him to be a slave. All right. Now, you know, Frederick Douglass wasn't educated. Okay. But one thing was for sure. Okay. He was wise enough. He was wise enough to be upset at slavery. Okay. He even wrote his master a letter. Okay. Now he did some coonery when he wrote his master a letter. He had Stockholm syndrome, and he may have been just playing a role, but he told his master that he loved him. He loved his master, but he hated slavery. All right. And that's because slavery is oppression. All right. White supremacy and superiority is oppression. All right. So, you know, do uh, we hate the white man? Of course we do. If they're white, Now, we don't fall. Um, we don't judge people by the color of their skin. Okay, that's one thing we don't do. We ask the people, what do they identify as far as they know. All right, and then there could be a chance that you could be an Israelite, and maybe not. Maybe you're just a straight up Edomite. Okay, the Spirit will reveal it. Okay, but the main point of this is you know Esau. Okay, didn't want the Jakes to learn. All right, said would forever unfit him to be a slave. He would at once become unmanageable and of no value to his master. Right, because a smart individual could never be a slave. That's why we always say you people with your PhDs and bachelors, okay? Uh, that's why we talk about those degrees, because you people have to go punch the clock, all right? And even after you've graduated from college, now comes the time of getting put somewhere where it's going to be financially uh, beneficial, all right, to that individual, okay? And which, if you are an Israelite, it's not. They're not going to put you in place like that, all right? They'll do it for an Edomite or maybe even one of the heathen nations, but an Israelite, you're not going to get put, in place like that. And if you do, you have to be totally a whitewashed Jake, a total whitewashed Jake, all right? So, you know, you'll have people say, "Oh man, that's why we need to stop." No, man. Okay, let me get another scripture. Mm. You didn't find it yet? Mm, one second. I don't know why it didn't go to it. Um, Here we go. Isaiah 34:16. From the NIV, it says, "Look in the scroll of the Lord and read." Okay, so this is the education, okay, that we have. All right, those of us who have the correct doctrine. Okay, this is our education. All right, just look in the scroll. of the Lord and read. None of these will be missing, not one will lack her mate. All right? For it is his mouth. Let me say that again. For it is his mouth that has given the order, and his spirit will gather them together. All right? And that's how we'll gather together in this ministry, through the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and even when we go into topics, uh, a brother could teach something about the MOTB, but another brother, he's teaching it, and they're saying the same thing, and that's because they are in the same spirit, okay, of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So, for the people who, think that, that we are, just this ministry is all about race. Well, it's not. All right, it's not. And those of you who go and try to learn about the Hebrew Israelites from vocab Malone instead of coming to a camp, you get what you deserve. All right, you get what you deserve. So, with that being said, I'm going to end it here, and hopefully, you were edified by this lesson. Till next time, Shalom.